Hey, friends and family. How's it going? Welcome to Marcie Creates. I know you've not seen a video from me in a long time. This is Marcie, by the way. Uh, but I'm back. More about that later. Today, I'm going to do a necklace designed with the latest bargain bead box, Desert Sands. As you can see, we have beautiful colors to work with. Three kinds of jasper. We have this is a simulated Aquaterra jasper. And we have rainbow red jasper in these rondelles. Love those. We also have picture jasper in many different shapes. We've got these beautiful square shapes, including this pendant. We have beautiful round beads. I think those are 8mm. And then we have some matte, looks like 6mm beads. Then on top of that, we have lapis, microfaceted lapis. I believe those are 3mm. Some beautiful crystal bicones with the AB finish. Look at that. And some aqua rondelles, also with an AB finish. Very, very shimmery. Beautiful red barrels that are faceted. And some matte glass red beads, 6mm. And then, of course, various findings. We've got some toggle clasps, some spacer beads, and then some interesting pieces that I'm not going to use today, but I thought they were very interesting, very textural, beautiful, shiny silver. These are connectors. We also have charms. And then there's a big piece. Here it is. A big piece under here, hiding. I haven't decided what to do with these yet. I'm definitely going to use them. Not sure I will use it with this box, though. Not really sure yet. And then we have some beautiful fluted bead caps and some very fine chain. Very sparkly looking. So lots to play with. I am not going to be using everything, of course. Now, if you saw my little teaser on the Facebook group, Marcie Creates, if you want to join, check out Marcie Creates on Facebook. If you are a member of our group, you may have seen a little teaser about upcycling. And so when I got this box, I decided I always pull things from my own stash, and I encourage you to make it your own using that idea. However, I wanted to find some focal pieces that might work with this box that I had in my stash. So I have this really cute, looks like a daisy almost, metal piece that I've had for a while. And then I also found this ceramic dragonfly, which looks fantastic with the Aquaterra jasper and the picture jasper. Check that out. So I definitely will be using this, but today I wanted to do an upcycle. So what is an upcycle? Well, it's like recycle, but you're making something, you're not making a bunch of things, you're not taking a bunch of things and making something new, but you are taking something that you have on hand and not really repurposing it, but I don't know how to describe it. Making it better. Maybe that's the way to look at upcycling. I don't really know. It's a subtle difference between recycling and upcycling, but I have this earring. First of all, look at that. Isn't that cool? It has the red tones and some of the aqua kind of in a very subtle way down here. It's very southwestern looking, so it goes great with the desert sand theme. But it's an earring that I purchased these earrings with the thought that I would probably make them as pendants because they're real wide. I don't mind long earrings, but these are pretty wide, and I thought maybe these little horns might poke you in the face. I didn't really think they'd be comfortable for me, but as a pendant, I really love them. So I'm going to pull this up so you can get a nice close look at it. One of our local shops here, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area or Texas, I don't know if they have other shops. There's a shop called Sam Moon, and Sam Moon, they have accessories and belts and jewelry, and it's pretty affordable stuff. And it's really funny because if you know, you know, but in Texas, if you see some cute accessory on a lady, the common question is, "Oh, that's so cute. Did you get it at Sam's?" Sam Moon, So not Sam's Warehouse, but Sam Moon. But these earrings I bought quite a while ago, and I think I made a necklace out of the other piece, and they came in a bunch of different colors. So I bought them with that idea. So if you have an earring or pendant from a necklace you don't wear anymore, I don't know about you, but I repurpose a lot of jewelry. If you're in the Goodwill store or a thrift store and you find something, don't overlook it. Think of the possibilities. So this guy is going to be a pendant today. So I'm going to remove the ear wire. I am going to use the jump ring, so that's nice. And I have a bail here that I pulled out of my stash that I'm going to use so we can string it. And I also pulled some more spacer beads and some little cones and a chain that I might use. I like the chain that came in the box, but it's really fine, and I may use that for something else as well. And then I found these number 8 aqua seed beads that might work nicely. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this ear wire, and that's just a simple case of opening this up and taking off. I'm going to keep the jump ring. It's a little tarnished. I may polish that up later. The polishing cloths you can get on Amazon for jewelry are wonderful. I think if you just put jewelry polishing cloth, they come already with the solution inside of them, and you just rub your jewelry. If you have anything that's tarnished, it works beautifully. Just rub on it, and here we go. So, I was going to put the bail on there. I'm a little rusty, guys. So, it's been several weeks since I've done a video, and the reason for that, if you don't already know, is my mother had a slight stroke a couple weeks ago. It was very scary. She is okay. She's home recuperating. She did end up having to have surgery, but scary times. And needless to say, that was my priority. She's home. I'm lucky that I work from home and I can work and take care of her at the same time. But my priority was, of course, her and getting rest so I could help her. But she is doing really well. She has doctor's appointments this week. So thank you for the prayers and the kind thoughts. They really meant a lot to me and also to her, because she watches the videos and she reads the comments and stuff like that. So it was scary, and then on top of that, we also got our air finally. We got some air conditioning, so things are looking up. We're not exhausted in the house, and now it's like 100 degrees every day. So good things. Thanks again for the prayers. So getting back to this necklace, I'm going to use SoftFlex in the aqua color. I think it's called turquoise color. Medium, it's my favorite. If some of it shows, I think it'd be really cute. I haven't really decided on the design yet of the necklace. I do want to do something asymmetrical. I'm feeling like an asymmetrical design, so I'm going to move our pendant over just a little bit here. But I do love a lot of these beads. So let's see. I may use a couple of these. These are so neat because every one of them's different, and you can understand why they call it picture jasper. I do want to use a couple of these. Let me just take a look. And everyone's are going to be different, which is so fun about gemstones when they're not uniform. So you're gonna. I think I want the ones with some stripes. I think I'm gonna use 2 of those in the necklace somewhere. I am not going to use this pendant, but I love it. And it's so cool because it's rectangle, but it's oval. It's very, very smooth. I love it. I love the way some gemstones feel. They're just so, I don't know, it's soothing to rub on them for some reason. I know why they call them Mori stones now. Now, I'm not going to use the smaller mat in this particular piece, but I am going to use these. Definitely the lapis. Definitely the aqua. I want to use the aqua terra. I am going to fish out some of the spacer beads. And then, of course, I have my spacer beads. I may hold off on the pink. We'll see. I kind of like the sparkle of it. I might do that. And I want to use the rainbow red to pick up the red tones in this piece and also in the aqua terra. We're not going to use the focal beads, but I do want to use the bead caps. Let me just pull some of this out. These are really interesting. I can't wait to see what people do with those, and also I need to think more on those. I need to ponder those before I use them. But we have some beautiful bead caps here. I love these bead caps. The fluted with the really pretty, the kind of dot pattern on the outside. I like those. I don't think I'm going to use these in this particular design, but I am going to use the matte red. So, and then the toggles, I'm going to use one end of the toggle, and I thought I had a lobster claw clasp somewhere. Well, I'll have to search for that in a bit. We're not to that stage yet, but I do like the wonderful spacer beads that came in the box. These are wonderful. And oh, there's my lobsters. I got a really big one and then kind of a medium-sized one. I think I'm gonna go with the medium-sized one. All right, so I'm just gonna make some piles here. We don't need the chain quite yet, so I'm just gonna put it off to the side. Let's just make some piles so it's easier to work with. I like to do piles. Sometimes it's funny, I'm not consistent. Sometimes I like to use my bead boards and be real super organized. And other times I just want to dump everything out. How about y'all? Do you do the same thing? Are you very, very fastidious in your organizing before you design? I don't know. I think sometimes uh, just dumping them when I want to do an asymmetrical design kind of helps me be less planned about it, if that makes sense. All right, let's see. We have these. Love these Jasper, lapis beads. Those are really pretty. It does feel very southwestern and deserty to me, um, especially when you have painted Jasper and you hear about painted deserts all the time. All right, so there is our gorgeous little pile. We have our SoftFlex, which picks up that aqua really nicely. We have our pendant, our earring turned into a pendant, and we have our findings we're going to use later. I'm just going to move these over as well. We don't need those yet. Bead caps. Oh, I did pull some crimp covers as well. We'll put those to the side. And I liked these. These came from Bargain Bead Box on one of my hauls. I'll just hold that up. You can see it has a nice little kind of a barrel shape, but it is slightly gently faceted, and it has these little, looks like little spacer daisies on the end, but they're all attached, so that's kind of nice. So I pulled a few of those out just for some variety and interest, but those did come from, I don't remember when I bought them, but I do love to get spacer beads from the Bargain Bead Box. So here we go. So let me pull a length of the SoftFlex. This is, I love this. I'm trying to think, do I want to make this very long? Yeah, a little bit. Maybe for a layering piece. I'm just pulling a bunch. I'm technical like that. A bunch. Not very accurately explaining that to you, am I? Just pull a bunch. You can kind of see I have quite a few lengths of it. I may or may not use all of it. Anything I have left over, I don't waste it. I use it maybe in other earrings, or you can even do fringe with this, or you can also do like a floaty necklace where you need to float the crimp beads. I saw somebody, might have been Kristen Fagan on the SoftFlex site, I saw do a little trick like that. But here's our wire. So I'm going to string our focal piece on, and then we'll work up each side. And since we're doing asymmetrical, they're not going to match. So that's the fun. But I do like to echo slightly what I'm doing on the other side, just for, it's kind of a challenge actually. uh, anyway, let's see here. I'm going to pull out just a little so that you can see. I noticed in one of my last videos I was off camera. I apologize for that. So I'm trying to be better about that right now. So here we have our focal piece. I'm going to hold this up. Attached with our jump ring and this bail. Really pretty bail. I like it. Not remembering where I got that, but probably Etsy somewhere, or maybe Amazon. And I think I'm going to start with a couple of matte red beads. Right away I want to pick up some of that red. And I think I'll do 3 of those. Then maybe on the other side I'll grab an Aquaterra. I think I want to do a bead cap too. So bead cap. I think I want a mix of the red and the blue. That might be a little bit. That's what's fun about these beads. Picking out the exact one you want. I think I like that. These beads are so cool. Yeah, getting all these gemstones in a bargain bead box is fabulous. All right. So we have our start. So I'm going to keep going with this side. So I think I'm going to add one of these little bicones. Then an aquaterra. It does pick up the pink in that. It's kind of a peachy pink in that bead. Should we do some lapis? Let's do some lapis. This is microfaceted lapis. I don't know how they do the microfaceting, but I probably would go blind if it's by hand. Imagine doing that by hand. Yikes. Yes, finding the holes in these is a challenge, but a couple videos back there were some microfaceted beads. These are a little bit easier to see the hole in, which is nice. All right. I'm going to pick up some of this jasper. Actually, let's do an aqua bead. Then let's do a jasper, picture jasper, a rainbow red, picture rainbow red. All right, and maybe one more. Fun. I'm going to grab one of these spacer beads. Three of these. I'm trying not to think too much. That's what's the beauty of asymmetrical is just grab what your brain tells you first. Kind of like the SATs, you know? Go with your first instinct. Don't second guess yourself. I think I'm going to do another lapis. Just one. Let's do another matte red. I like the way that red pops with the pendant that I picked out, or the earring slash pendant. Upcycling, it's great. And I'm trying not to think, so I'm talking. So I just want to grab whatever I want to grab and not think about it too much. Sometimes things can get overthought, right? So I think now I like the way that rainbow. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to do a rainbow. Let's do some of these little aqua number 8 seed beads. Nice thing about number 8s, they're not as tiny as 11s, of course, and they are not as big as the 6s, so they're nice for stringing. Even if you're not into seed beads, number 8 is a nice size to work with. Grab another one of these. I'm going to take a step back and look at this in just a second. Maybe do something on the other side just to... Oh, I want to do one of these spacer beads. Well, that's fun. All right, let's do some on the other side. So I'm going to do another red. And then aqua. And then maybe a lapis. So it's been quite a week already, or last week, huh? A lot going on. Uh, I'm not gonna. This is not a political channel, so I'm not gonna make any political comments. But I just want to say that I don't think violence is the answer for anything. And I was saddened by events that occurred. You know what I'm talking about. Nobody deserves to be shot. I don't care if you agree with them or not. That's all I have to say about that. And then we lost a lot of really um, influential people. Richard Simmons and Dr. Ruth Westheimer and Shannon, the actress Shannon Doherty, and I believe Shelley Duvall, the actress. So that was sad to me. And after what's happened with my mom, it really hit me uh, how short a time we have. But we got to enjoy the time that we do have. And speaking of enjoying the time that we do have, I don't know if you know, but I lived in London for a while, and I feel very close to Britain in a lot of ways since I lived there, and have always been a fan of the monarchy. And of course, I did all the touristy things, changing of the guard and uh, going into the Tower of London and having high tea and all the stuff you do when you go to England and you're a tourist. And back then, I was in college, and Diana was princess, and everybody. I remember me and my friends. There would be Diana sightings, and we would run around trying to find her. There'd be a sighting at the Tate Museum or somewhere. It's probably not even true, but we'd get in a frenzy and run around. I remember one time it was the Tate Museum, the Tate Gallery, and somebody said they saw David Bowie, so we were going bananas. So I have a very close affinity with that country, and I'm not big into tennis, but Catherine, Princess of Wales, Her Royal Highness, showed up after, fighting this terrible cancer, and she got a standing ovation, and her daughter was there, and it was just so amazing to watch. I'm trying not to get choked up, but I'm a fan, and I so appreciate that she's reached out to people who have cancer to tell them not to give up, and she's been fighting the brave fight, as has the king. So yeah, that was a nice thing to see yesterday. She looked lovely, and her daughter looked so proud of her mom, and she's the patron, I think, of the tennis. So that was cool. Very cool. All right, I think I'm going to stack some of these. So that's all I get to say about current events. uh, some not so great stuff, and then some great stuff. That's life, though, isn't it? Got to take the good with the bad. All right, let me grab another one of these. I love all these colors together. Let's see. Oops. Sorry, off camera. Sorry about that. Let me move this stuff up so I know I'm where everybody can see me. So this is what I have so far. I'll hold it up. Look at that picture, Jasper. I just love that. And then with the pendant, you can see how nice these colors look with the pendant. So I'm going to keep going because I do want to make a nice long necklace. Let's do some more of these. Maybe we'll do some bead caps too. Actually, if I'm going to do a bead cap, let me do a lapis. uh, there's no rhyme or reason. I don't know why I feel like that, but I feel like that. So that's what I'm going to do. That's kind of the key to the whole asymmetrical is don't think too much. Like when you were a kid, you just put stuff together, you didn't really think about it. You just like got paint, you just slap that paint right on there. I'm going to slap these beads together. And I want to do some more of this picture, Jasper. Let's do 3 of those. Really is a beautiful, sometimes people overlook the more neutral beads, but there's a lot of interest in this Jasper. Look at that one, almost looks like cow print, doesn't it? I have been entertaining myself with some funny animal videos. Just, when you're in YouTube, put put in the search engine funny animal videos. There are some really cute funny videos out there. Uh, of all sorts of animals. It just warms my heart to see stuff like that. So if you need a break from current events and craziness, I suggest highly watching some of those videos. You won't be disappointed. I think I'm going to do some more lapis on this side. I like the little pops of blue in here too. Oh, also, I wanted to ask you all. I've been posting lately some things I found on Pinterest, history of some gemstones, which I thought was very interesting over on the Facebook page. Let me know if you like that kind of stuff. I do try to put really cool pictures of gemstones. I just find it very inspiring to know where some of these beads have come from. And just to see gemstones as they naturally are and not, touched by man quite yet. Just maybe like they pull a chunk out of a mine and it's mixed with a different matrix and it's kind of looks like a castle and that kind of stuff. But if you liked the history of the gemstone posts I've been putting lately, I think I need to make another. Sometimes when you're stringing, you have to make a little edge. There we go. But anyway, let me know if you like that because I enjoy learning about gemstones. Since we use a lot of them in our work, it's always good to know what's going on. So here's what we have so far. I really do like it. We do have quite a bit more of the SoftFlex. So I'm just going to keep going here. I just want to make a very long, really pretty necklace. This would look great with some denim. A denim jacket, a chambray shirt, wouldn't it? Let's do some more of these really pretty faceted bicone, AB bicone. In looking at this, I also think of, you know, the pictures of sunsets in the desert Southwest. Just all the beautiful colors that are in the sunset, and then you've got sometimes those rock formations that are striated. You know what I mean? I kind of get that feeling when I look at this combination of beads. Very nicely curated. Oh, let's see. I think I'm going to do some more of this. Love this. Now, this is a simulated, or I'm trying to think, synthetic, I think it said in the description. But it's gorgeous. I like it. And I've not heard of red rainbow jasper before. Have you? But I like that too. They're wonderful, rich colors. Mm-hmm. Love it. The nice thing about these boxes too is maybe if you were in a bead store, you wouldn't pick all these together. But I bet if you go through your stash, you'll find things that coordinate. Maybe I want to do another. I like the little pops of silver through here as well. Yeah, both the doggies knew something was wrong. Uh, when my mom, when I called 911 because her speech was, she wasn't making any sense. Her words weren't words, they were sounds, but they weren't words. And at first we laughed. We thought, because it was really hot in the house, we were dealing with the no air. And I just thought she got really hot and was needed to cool off. But it quickly became apparent to both of us that her speech was messed up. So if you ever have a situation where you're with somebody whose speech doesn't make sense, that's a sign of a stroke. If you yourself, so what happened, so we laughed at first, but then she tried to say something else, and the words, I could tell she got a panic on her face because she told me later the words that she was saying in her head weren't the words that came out of her mouth, and it scared her. And of course, that scared me. So 911 was called, and I swear about 8 firefighters showed up. Big, strapping men with their boots. And both my dogs, who normally bark at everybody, they knew something was wrong. They both sat in their bed very quietly. It was pretty amazing. Dogs know. Your dogs know you. You know what I mean? And they knew something was wrong. So, but I have to take my hat off to the firemen, paramedics that showed up. They were so kind. I was really upset, and one of them comforted me, which, they're not really, that's not why they're there, but he took the time. There were plenty of them there to help mom, but I really appreciated that because I really was very emotional, as you can imagine. And he kept telling me she's going to be fine. You did the right thing, and we're going to take good care of her. And so that just meant the world to me. It's amazing people that do those jobs. And I don't think we appreciate them enough, but I sure do after what's happened. So, yeah, speech is a big clue. So don't hesitate if that happens. Because we found out later, and I already knew this though, that the faster you can get someone to the hospital after something like that, the better their chances are for a full recovery. And she really, aside from being tired from her surgery, um, is doing remarkably well. They did have to do surgery. They found a block in her carotid, and they removed that and put in a stent. So that's pretty much what she's recovering from, because anesthesia is not a fun thing to recover from. And of course, the older you are, the harder it is to get over. Oh, but I did want to say really quickly, and I know I've been talking about this a lot, but it's just been a lot. But a friend of ours, if you're in the Texas area, or I think this company might be in 4 or 5 states. There's a company called Front Porch Pantry. They put meals literally on your front porch. They have a website, and it's already ready-made meals. So one of our friends, family friends, sent us a box, had a week's worth of meals in it. All you have to do is heat it up in the oven or microwave, and the food is delicious. And that has saved us, because mom's tired and I'm trying to, you know, take care of the house, my job, and her. So the convenience, even if you're not ill or you haven't had anything happen, if I were to try to make those meals, it would be very expensive grocery wise. So to have them at the ready is a dream, first of all. And I just highly recommend it, trying it. It showed up in a nice bag, insulated bag with big ice packs. Everything was temperature controlled. And each dinner was 2 servings, so it's perfect since she and I live together and I didn't have to cook. And then cleanup, of course, is minimal. So, Front Porch Pantry, giving them a shout out, because they have an amazing thing. I know there's other meal services, so if you don't have those, give it a try. I honestly, with the way groceries cost, it's almost worth it to have it delivered to you, and you don't have to buy tons of ingredients. But that saved us too. Between the air and the ready-made meals, we we're doing very well. It's just, I'll give you an example of some of the food. So last night we had chicken cordon bleu with mashed potatoes and steamed broccoli, all in the same uh, little container that you just pop it in the oven. Delicious. They make quiche. We had, oh gosh, chicken with like fettuccine one night. We had some ham and cheese sliders today. We haven't had it yet, but I've ordered now since we went through that box. I had one delivered yesterday for this week, and we have King Ranch casserole, and so we're being taken good care of. Everybody, our friends and family have been amazing. It's just been amazing. So I'm going to stop talking about that now, because I'm starting to get kind of choked up. So let's see. Let's see where we are with this. Like I said, I'm making it a long necklace. I do need to string some more on this end. And then I'll probably stop there. Let's see, what do I want to do? Maybe I'll do some more lapis and some more of these guys. I really do love aqua and red together. But the jasper with it looks amazing. Let's see. All right. Thanks again for your patience. I know it goes without saying, family comes first. But I certainly don't like to go this long without doing a video. And trust me, there's going to be a lot because I have gotten so many subscriptions in that I have not touched. And I think I'm getting a Sam's box for this month today. I have Jesse James beads. I have Deedee's. I have SoftFlex. It's crazy. So yeah, the lack of videos is going to be made up for. Trust me. Can't find the hole in that one. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop here. And let's get our, let's see where we are. I guess I'll do the lobster first. I do love this. Just looking at it like this. Isn't that fun? I love it. I just love doing asymmetrical design. I know I do it quite a bit on this channel, but I think it's one of my favorite things because it's just so spontaneous. It feels almost like no pressure. And it's gorgeous. I don't care how you put the beads together. It always looks nice. All right. I don't know where I got these little containers, but they're perfect for crimp beads. All right. Lobster claw clasp. So let's put a crimp bead in our lobster claw. Now I'm just going to do a loose loop. Loose loop. We're going to crimp that. So see, the SoftFlex shows, but it looks great because it matches. So I know I do a lot of seed bead loops, but you don't have to if you're using this really pretty SoftFlex because you kind of want it to show, especially since it coordinates with your design, which is another thing I love about SoftFlex is the colors just enhance whatever it is that you're making. And also, it's a dream to string with. I'm going to try to make these loops about the same. You won't see it because it'll be, you know, in the back of somebody's neck, but now we just need to put our crimp covers. If you have one of the magic crimping tools from SoftFlex, you can use that. You don't have to Use crimp covers if you don't want to. It makes a nice pretty little bead out of the crimp bead. Sometimes I use that, and sometimes I just use old-fashioned crimp cover. Okay. Oh, it's so nice to get back in the swing of things, y'all. I've missed doing my videos, and I've missed making things. I have just looking at these piles of beads I've gotten. Oh, that's a little cattywampus, but I think I can make that work. So there's our crimp cover. And you can use the toggle like it came in the kit, but I thought it'd be cool to do this. And you could hang a little dangle off here too if you wanted. But this is what we have. I'm just gonna there's our shall we slide in a little? Or shall I hold it up? Let me just zoom in for a second. So there's our necklace. Love these. This looks really nice with this combination of beads. I'm glad that I found this. I actually forgot that I had it. But it looks great with these colors. And if you want a close-up, we'll just do a little close-up here. Here is the pendant. The back of it is just plain metal, but it has like a resin over it or something, which I like. Here's our beautiful jasper beads and our matte glass beads, seed beads, crystal bicones, really pretty rectangular picture jasper, little pops of silver here and there, beautiful rondelles, little pops of aqua, little pops of lapis. Yeah. So there is our Desert Sands Upcycle asymmetrical necklace. What do you think of that? And lots of updates on what's going on in my world. Hope that you all are healthy and happy. And I just want to thank you all again for the prayers. And I'm so glad to be back doing videos and getting a little bit of normalcy back in my routine. So you will be seeing more videos from me, obviously, because I have so much that I've gotten and so much to share and so many ideas. If you're not part of the Facebook group, please join it. We'd love to have you. I will put a link in the description, or you can go to Facebook and just type in the search bar Marcie Creates under groups. And we'd love to have you. A lot of wonderful people in the group, very kind, talented people. So with that, I'm going to say farewell for now. Appreciate you tuning in, and more to come. So thanks for watching. Subscribe and like. Leave a comment. I'll try to catch them in the comments too. I'm behind on those as well. But do know that I've been reading them, and I really appreciate all of you very much. So take care of your sweet selves and be safe. Take care of your families, and I will see you on the next video.